I think with Camino Real, certainly, because of its existential and surrealistic nature, it was something that I felt like I needed to anchor into characters. But where we will go to the less naturalistic idea of the play is in the set. It's a beautiful idea, this set, because it is a set you can actually look through. It has a transparency. It's built with something called rebar, which is, these are metal, small steel pipes that are used in construction for houses, for example. And we've used this as the basis of the set.
This is a big piece. She's chosen a challenging work. The work, Camino Real is originally a play that was done many years ago on Broadway. She and I started talking about ideas for the space in terms of scenery, and I'm not typically a scenic designer, and I decided to, she asked me if I would come and do the work, and I said I would, as long as I had a partner to do that with, and that's where we brought in Emma Kingsbury.
Well, firstly, we start with the text, as you always start with in any theatre production, and luckily enough we have this rich history of Camino Real, of Tennessee Williams' play, and his inspiration, how he saw the piece through all of the set descriptions, and they're very specific. So we unpacked everything that Tennessee had written within the play. Even in the foreword and the afterword, there's really specific directions towards what the set should be.
We've started talking about a very skeletal world, a world that was being constructed to be real, and at some point time stopped, and these structures that were starting to be built decayed on one side and flourished on the other side into surreal versions of the skeletons of what these constructs might be, the hotel in Skid Row. And we started looking at construction materials like rebar, steel rebar, which is used to support concrete in all major buildings today. I love the idea, the skeletal nature of the rebar, and the way rebar is crossed and tied together to make a structure, and it became at once very transparent, and it became very skeletal, and it became much like a prison in the way that it's constructed. And I think that this town is a prison for these characters. That's the way Helen's approaching it. That's the way I think Tennessee Williams wanted it to feel, like that there was no way out, really. And you'll discover that in the story of Camino Real as it's being told, that some of these characters have been trapped seemingly forever, and in some ways death is the only way out.
We have a beautiful miniature set of Camino Real, and I really feel like they got the surreal quality of what this place is, because it is ephemeral and filigree. We're not sure if this place actually, or where it actually exists. And I feel like the set got that. I feel like the set has this transparency, and you see behind the structure. You cannot hide in the Camino Real, which is really, I think, one of the aspects of the play. You can't hide in this place. You can't find a moment's peace, or everybody knows your business. It's a little bit like a small town, but the transparency helps that, helps convey that message.
I think it's a brilliant concept for a ballet, because she can express all of this surrealism and existentialism through movement and through the body, which, in essence is what we do. Our form is very abstract to begin with, so to take a work that's so abstract and present it through a form that's abstract is a brilliant idea. The music that she has had composed for this work, I think, is some of the most beautiful music I've ever heard for ballet. It's just stunning what the composer's done, and so all her pieces are falling into place.
I'm really excited about how this piece is going to take shape and finally, get born.